Okay. Good morning, class, fellow students of Grantham University, and hello also you too, Professor Sears. This is my story of me and my brother went when we went to the chicken farm with my dad to help catch chickens. Now, at the time, I did not know that my brother was scared of chickens, but we soon found out just as soon as he got in the chicken coop. Okay, me and my dad, we was in there, and my brother was in there. We was on the north end of the chicken coop, and my dad was on the south end of the chicken coop, where he was supposed to chase the chickens back toward us, and in turn, we were supposed to catch him. Well, being that we was in a chicken coop with, let's say, 30 to 40 chickens in there, and everything went well at first. Well, we on the north end, me and my brother, we was waiting. My dad on the south end, him and his friend of his was on the south end of the chicken coop. And as soon as they let him out of the pen, they come running toward me and my dad and my dad and his friend. So they turned around and chased them toward us, and they started running toward us. Okay, I was all excited. My brother was too, until he seen all those chickens coming after him, or towards him, should I say. And then that's when he panicked. He started running around. He was running around more than the chickens was. Crying, screaming, kicking, doing God knows what to get away from him. And my dad kept yelling at him to stop because the chickens wasn't going to bother him. They was just running away from him. But when you're about 10 years old and you see a lot of chickens coming at you, too many people I'm not going to be worried about if they're going to bother them or not. They're basically going to be worried, wondering, how am I going to get out of here? So what he did was he started running towards my father, running in between them. They turned around and started coming back the other way because they saw me. And then he getting chased again, but this time they was behind him running towards my dad because I was up there on the other end trying to get him to go back that way. So he had to get out of the way. But basically what he did was he jumped up on the chicken coop with his fingers and his feet, hands and feet, and just hold on to the chicken coop like this, and was screaming at the top of his lungs. And my dad had to come over and physically take his hands and pry them off the chicken coop, and to get him off and put him in the car. And then he came back in, and me, him, and my dad's buddy finished the catching the chickens. So this is my story. And again, I tell you, I done ran over this 2-3 times before I actually said it, and I'm still having problems with trying to speak in public. But I hope y'all enjoyed my story. It's actually funny because every time that I still tell it to my brother, he usually get mad at me and walks away or tell me he don't want to hear it, or I was young at that time, let him come now. And I tell him, when he says that, I say, yeah, right. If they did come after you, you still run. But that was one of the most memorable stories that I have to tell. My dad is past, dead and gone now, and every time I sit back and I think about him, my father being here, that's the first thing I think of, is that story of my brother scared of chickens. Thank you, Good evening.